Hi there guys, it's JB here. No football action, it's just a video with, it is an episode, but it's an episode devoted just to the last day of the transfer window. As you saw in the last episode, we were beaten 2-1 up at Newcastle, which is a bit of a setback for our titles, but has given Newcastle real hope in staying in the Premier League. Wilf Zaha has gone to Monaco for 27 and a bit million. That's one of the big things. Now West Brom showed interest in trying to purchase Tom Heaton. We, of course, was going to reject the offer. Tom Heaton's our captain. Why would we want him to go to a team like West Brom? Didn't make no sense to me. But there we go. Arsenal though sold some top players: Cazorla, Welbeck, and Walcott. Mind you, we had Nick Pope there, as you can see, was sold. Stephen Defoe, subject to a bid from West Ham United, 7.8 million quid there. Or what, we decided to reject it anyway, because again he's one of our better players as well. But we're looking to add as well. But we've got about 6 hours left of the window, and we did have to look. We got 9.49 million left in our budget, so we weren't. At the moment, it was more a case of trying to sell more than buy at that particular moment in time. And we're down to the last 4 hours, and still we didn't look as if we were going to sign anybody at this stage. So we're down to 3 minutes. Transfer offer for Stephen Defoe. Southampton were interested in buying him. They offered 7 million quid to bring him, and of course we went to negotiate because he's our better player. He's one of our better players. And of course we needed the money, and we needed as much money as we could, so we proposed that Southampton paid something in the region of £12 million for him. That's what we said to Southampton, and they came back, and that was it. That was the end of the negotiations. It wasn't really. I would have sold Defoe for anything. I wouldn't have sold Defoe for anything less than £12 million at this stage of his career. Maybe next year, if we sign better players, perhaps that we could end up maybe selling him for a little bit less. But we had to have a look at players that could fit into the ethos, and we had to look at improving the centre back department, and we did look at Rob Holding and one or two others, and you know, we needed the I mean, it was a tough one to manage because we needed to use the budget up wisely. Of course, we only had less than £10 million to play with, so we needed to get the younger kids in. We had a look at Zanubi and Pereira. Now, Joe Pereira is a top quality goalkeeper now. He could be a very good replacement in the future. We looked at him as a future replacement maybe for Tom Heaton decides that he's no longer up for it. We have a look at going in for Rob Holding here. Now, he's a future England centre back in my opinion in the making here, Rob Holding. So we go and speak with Arsene Wenger. He's 73 rated, so he's still a lot to go yet. So we offer him a fee. So he's valued at 5.5. So we offer him 4.2 as an opening offer. See if we could tempt Arsene Wenger to part with him for that. And unfortunately, we're not going to get Rob Holding. So Wenger went that idea. So then our focus turned to Axel Zanubi. So we went to speak to Jose Mourinho, who made the relatively short 20-mile trip from Carrington to the Barnfield Training Centre. We discussed deals. We offered, his net worth is 7 million quid, and we thought we will tempt him for about 6 and a bit million. We went 6.6, and we thought might do it. It was underneath the asking price that Mourinho, and in fact he was happy with that, and we expected a 2% clause on the deal. So we did agree a deal with Jose Mourinho, where we couldn't agree with deal with miserable guts Wenger. So we did a deal for Zanubi. Now we just needed to negotiate with his wages, but he's 74 rated, and he's got probably a better chance possibly than Rob Holding of getting into that Burnley lineup as a potential replacement, maybe for Ben Mee or Ryan Shawcross should both retire. So we offer him a prospect because of course he's still a young way to go, but no, but the agent says no, he's got to be given his occasional starter, but he wants rotation, so we give him rotation. So let's agree on how many years. I want, because he's a young lad, 5 years, perfectly plausible deal, I think. And yes, as an Uber's agent, he's happy with that, and we agree that, and we don't agree a release clause either, because we think that's a ridiculous lie to take. Now he wants 66 grand a week. Now, in my mind, I think it needs to be lower, because he's a young lad. 66 grand a week, he needs to be earning that sort of money. So we knock it down. We knock it down 5 grand to 60 grand. With 870 grand, but he wants 65 grand a week now. This agent's taking the mick, so we end up paying a bit more than what we wanted. Very disappointed with the wage demands, but we've got him, and he becomes he joins John Davis and Danny Welbeck as our 3rd January signing, and I don't think there was enough really left in the kitty for anything else, to be quite honest. But good business there done, although the wages seem a bit steep for a guy of his age, I have to say. As we come towards the back end now, Robbie Brady. Now this is important, this is interesting. Crystal Palace want to sign Robbie Brady. Now, considering that Brady is a little bit out of favour, he's 26 years old, 10.6, we accept that. We needed the money firstly, and secondly, would Brady have had a chance next season? Because considering we've got Andre Schürrle in, who's around about the same age bracket, and he's a lot more quality-wise, a lot more better than he is. Well, let's see if the deal did go through. Well, the deadline day did end, so we only bought in one, but there was a potential of selling somebody as well, and no, I don't think they were sold. The only player we managed to sell was Pope to Leeds United, so yeah. And then there was the usual suspects complaining, Tarkowski, Grenier and Hive, that they wanted to let go. So there we are, that's the end of this transfer window special. Nothing spectacular, but we brought in a new centre back from Manchester United. I think that's a good signing for us. But we are back in action for the next episode, where we play Manchester City at home. By the way, there was a bid for Top Heater, which we naturally rejected, so there we go. But that does end today's episode, the transfer deadline special. We'll be back with the next episode featuring Manchester City. Can we get back to winning ways against Pep Guardiola's men? We'll stick around and find out in the next episode. But for now, from me, JB, after this transfer deadline special, take care. I'll see you soon. Bye.